G'day guys, welcome back to Leagues Club podcast, getting ready to get stuck into round 10. But before we get stuck into round 10, guys, take a second, hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that like button. It helps us out a lot. We're just two sorry guys doing a podcast each week for fun, and that helps us out a lot. So we really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe for us down there. But let's recap Magic Round 9. My game, I had the Tigers, West Tigers. They were up against the Dragons. Got pretty lucky there. They managed to win 34-28. We had the alternate line -2.5, so we cashed that. But I don't think we would have got that. Jaden Sewer dropped a try at the end of the first half, which turned around for a pick six pretty much, which in NFL's when the quarterback throws an interception, they run it for a touchdown. That's pretty much what happened. They dropped the ball literally, and they paid the consequences. They nearly came back to win the game, and I think that was the deciding factor in that was that ball drop. Smythe, how'd you go, mate?
Mate, I want to say something that rhymes with truck, but I'm not going to because YouTube doesn't like that. For the second week in a row, we fell off the ladder. The Broncos failed to turn up big time in front of a home crowd, which was disappointing. And Cleary was on fire, so the Panthers have dragged themselves off the bottom of the ladder. Better late than never. But yeah, this week we're going to put the ladder back in the shed for a few weeks. And I'm going to be looking at the Raiders versus Bulldogs. Both teams are genuine premiership contenders, coming off wins in the Magic Round. It's a Saturday afternoon game in Canberra. Weather's looking pretty good. Originally, I was looking to have a play on the totals. Originally, I was like, should I go over? Because it's 45.5. And I'm like, because, Canterbury's Bulldogs defence is so good. So what I'm looking at is first half head-to-head Bulldogs. And it's $2.05. I think I got it at. Both teams, the lineup's unchanged. Matt Burton's back for Bulldogs, so there's a good pick there. But Canberra, I think in the last 5 games they've lost the first half out of 4 of them, something like that, 3 or 4 of them. So first half isn't their strongest half. They usually come back in the second. Bulldogs looking good, so that's the play there. That's what I've got. And then later on, we'll have late mail. There'll definitely be some try scorers in there. How about you? What do you got?
Yeah, mate. Look, I actually really liked that Bulldogs first half. And like you said, Canberra, they were behind in that Dolphins game a few weeks ago by a fair bit, and they managed to pull that one out. They come from behind against Melbourne as well. So I think that's a good look first half for the Bulldogs. Mate, I had a look over. There's a few games this week that jump out. I like the Cowboys Penrith game. I was looking at that. There are a few others there. The Dragons game, I like looking at that one too. That was a tricky one. But yeah, look, I ended up going with the Manly and Sharks game. There's something about this Sharks team. They're always hyped up throughout the season, and they have a good week and then they have a horrible week. Like they should have probably won that game against the Tigers a couple of weeks ago. Manly are fortunate they had last round off, so they've had time for some of their, tender players to recoup some of those injuries. Good for Tommy Turbo to probably have a mid-season break, rest up those hamstrings for him. But, they've got Jake Trbojevic back. They've also got Saab back, whereas the Sharks are only missing Talakai. I think that there's some value here with the Sharks. They've actually beaten Manly the last 3 games they played at home. They played away at Manly's home ground, 4 Points Park. So the weather's looking good there on Sunday. It's going to be 21 degrees, perfect day for footy. I think, Brooks and Daly Cherry Evans are going to play pretty well together. They always do, but I just think there's something about this Sharks team. I love Aiden Fanua-Blake. I'm probably going to have him some money on him for a try in this game. But
He's
yeah,
always a sniff.
oh mate, I think against this Manly team, I think he can actually slot in there. Like they do have Jake is back this week, but he is. It's like him and Ola Kawatu, like they're going up against each other this week. But in terms of just like pure momentum and violence, they're like my two top guys. Big Tino's in there obviously as well, but you know Fanua Blake and Ola Kawatu, they're two just monsters. So expect one of the like both of them could get over. I love Fanua Blake, but yeah, main play Sharks money line, and that's at $2.28. So you get some good plus money value there. If you're not sure and you want to take the points, there's still good value there, plus 2.5 points. It's above that one of those key numbers in rugby league, which is I see the key numbers in rugby league are 2, 4, and 6. So it's above that 2.5. So if you want to play with it, I think it's going to be a close game. You could look at that, take that minus 110. But I'm just going with the money line. I'm going to raw dog it. We're going to get there. But that's the play. So late mails, I said earlier, we haven't been doing that well. But, you know, we put them out to put them out to help you guys try and find an angle. You might not like the plays we have, but look, if we go an under, you might go, oh, I don't mind the under, but not like that. I might play a team total under or something like that. So we don't hit them all the time, but I'm probably going to be leaning towards that Dragons game. So expect to see Dragons playing there over the weekend. What about you, Smythe? You got anything you're looking at for late mail?
Definitely be looking at something for the Melbourne and Tigers game down in Melbourne. But yeah, we'll be chasing that cheddar all weekend. Get back in the green. But
Yeah, we got to chase it to make it. That's it. We got to
you got to
get back
chase
in
to
there.
make it. But yeah, like Dan said, give us a like, subscribe, helps us out. Turn the notifications on so you can chase the cheddar with us, and yeah, we'll be doing it all weekend. So thanks for tuning in to another week. Cheers, guys.